Yo, what's going on, Nomads and Drifting podcast listeners? Welcome to Backspace Nomads, where every week we discuss what's happening in gaming, talk about upcoming releases, and bring gamers on to share their personal gaming stories. You can find us on our Twitter at Backspace Nomads. Also on our Patreon, patreon.com/Backspace Nomads. It's episode 30 of the podcast. I'm Brian. Of course, my co-host is Monica. Monica, I haven't seen you for 2 weeks. How have you been?
I've been hiding.
You've been hiding?
I'm going through the witness protection program.
What'd you do?
Well, I didn't do anything. I witnessed something, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
But then they decided that it was fine and I was full of shit, so I'm back on the streets.
Well, welcome back to the streets. The streets missed you.
Yeah, no, I had some travel going on, a wedding going on, like back to back.
Uh-huh.
Had some adventures in New York with work, probably too many adventures, and then was involved in a lovely wedding where I was a bridesmaid. So I had to ditch you, man. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I felt bad. I
had to ditch the community. I had to ditch, like, and now here I am just telling people, like, go there, like, follow, do what I want you to do. And I've been very, very bad, and I haven't.
You've neglected us for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad about it.
It's all right.
But I'm back now.
Welcome back
now, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the show. What about you? Where have you been? I mean,
I was consoling my lack of Monica and you ditching us. It's just drinking all week, just having a little party week for myself. Didn't have to do a lot of Nomads work, and then enjoying the Destiny 2 beta on the PC.
Nice.
That game is a blast, and I can't believe how good it runs. It is one of the smoothest FPSs I've ever played in an online setting.
Nice.
And I can't wait for it to release because I think I've been waiting on a game like this to come to the PC for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully Nomads doesn't suffer because of it.
Yeah.
But I just can't wait.
Well, that's awesome. I am very happy for you, my friend.
Thank you.
It seems like you found true love.
You know, you got to be open to it. And they'll just come over and take you. So during our break, we kind of wanted to retool the podcast and rethink the way we wanted to do it and bring content, like what we wanted to talk about. And we kind of found out that things weren't working the way we wanted them to. So,
well, let's be clear. Our listeners are listening for what we think is the personality and the entertainment factor. And while our game reviews may be somewhat entertaining, they are also about one game that came out recently. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't really encompass enough information or allow us to really broaden our horizons, because we're like diving down into one particular game, and we have to get enough of that game in order to give a solid review.
Right.
So for that reason, we wanted to, and also because I feel like we've brought this up a lot on our cast, and that is the fact that there are so many just games out there now, and like we get overwhelmed. We've talked about being overwhelmed.
Yes.
We get frustrated at like the lack of unique games that are coming out. And because of that, we have decided to switch it up a little bit.
So in lieu of doing a weekly review, we're going to be introducing a new segment on the podcast tonight called The Good, the Bad, and the Indie. For those still looking for the weekly reviews, we're still going to pop reviews up on our YouTube channel. You can just search on YouTube for Backspace Nomads, and we'll still do a weekly or bi-weekly review of things coming out if you like kind of our input and stuff. But The Good, the Bad, and the Indie is going to be the new mainstay on the podcast, we think. So let's jump into it.
We each picked one game that we looked into and decided that it would be a good game to try. And this is obviously just based off of opinion, but it also didn't have to be an indie game. It could be any game coming out within the past week. Any game. And then we picked one that is bad. Now, there are so many bad options out there that these games are ones that I think we're trying to pick some that have a little bit of traction. It would be really easy for us to just go on to the lowest rating, but the ones to like kind of watch out for, and
they made an attempt to make a good game,
right? But they fell flat.
Yeah.
And then also an indie game, and the indie game category is really just a game that seems to do something differently than a lot of the other games that are coming out, which is hard. You see a lot of platformers, and they may have different art styles, but the art style may remind you of another game that you've played. And so we're really trying to find something that is unique in the space.
Yes.
That being said, my good is Life is Strange Before the Storm. It is published by Square Enix. Why are you looking at me like that?
I remember you playing the original one. Keep going, though.
Yes, I will. I'm going to get there. So Life is Strange Before the Storm is a 3-part standalone story adventure set 3 years before the events of the first game. This game, you play as Chloe, a rebel who forms an unlikely friendship with Rachel Amber in a dramatic new story. For those of you guys that didn't play, well, it is dramatic. For those of you guys that didn't play the original 5-piece story called Life is Strange, it is a trip into teenage angst, or early college angst, feelings, emotions, deep thoughts, and you also just happen to be able to bend time.
Just so happen to be able to bend time. Just a small, You broke my heart.
It is a story-based game where it's like a kind of choose your own adventure. And there was a lot about that game that, for me personally, some people were like sobbing at parts of it. And I was just kind of laughing at them, at most of the parts. And I felt as though I had a bit of a hard time connecting to the characters. But the truth of the matter is, though, even though I didn't connect to the characters as well as I have in some other story, chapter type games, I still did finish it. Mm-hmm. I still did enjoy it. And if I hadn't finished it, I would be upset. Like, I would have wondered what was going on. So in those ways, that game really did connect with me.
How long was it? Like all 5 parts put together?
I would say that each chapter was between 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, so you get really committed to these characters, whether or not you like cry with them or not. Like, you spent time with them. Right.
And so you do feel like you're watching a movie that you can kind of participate in, and they did a good job. I mean, the art style and the music, even, like, it was a well done game. It just felt too youthful for me, in my old crotchety ways. Anytime anyone says "hella," I kind of cringe. My butt, like my butthole puckers. Like, I'm like, it's like what people feel in like intense shooter games. I feel that when I hear the word "hella."
You just have like PTSD from fucking "hella."
Yeah, I just like it just does things to my body that I'm not comfortable with. And so but I'm still going to say that this is the good. Like, if you like story games, this is a game that you're going to want to pick up. You're going to want to participate in it. And I'm sure that a lot of people, Chloe was definitely a winning character in the first series, and being able to go back in time and find out more about her. You're at least ditching the girl that says "hella" all the time.
That was the best part. Process. That's the only part I liked from the game, and you're taking shots at it now, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, but that's my good. What about you?
My good for the week would be Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, released from Ubisoft for $59.99 onto the Switch. This is a game that mixes 2 universes, the Rabbids, which is Ubisoft's franchise, and Super Mario. And they bring him into like this XCOM meets Mario RPG, colorful, insane, mashed up universe. I don't know how they pulled this off. I saw it first at the E3 coverage that was going on, and ever since then, I've been wanting to play this game. I was a huge fan of XCOM. I want to play the next XCOM that just came out, but before I do, I have to dip my toes with Mario and the Rabbids. This game, Mario RPG, was one of my favorite games. I love how they take the universes and these cute the cute universes, and they actually like attach hard hitting moves to them. Like I'm a big fan of that. I love the humor that seems like is taking place in the game. It seems very self aware of what it is. It's not taking.
Rabbids are just awesome. Like I've always enjoyed the Rabbids, and even though their tactic is just by going like and like just making weird noises. I mean, that's kind of my thing, you know. Like I may not like hella, but I'm down for weird noises. So.
Well, that's hella cool, dude.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay.
This game's been getting good reviews all around too. I think it's been knocking out like 8s out of 10s. Everything's like 85 plus on whatever range, however people review their games. Mm-hmm. So I can't wait to get my hands on it. It's $59.99. I can't remember the last time I paid that much for a game, but I completely want to jump into it and do it.
Cool. So my bad for this week is Loading Screen Simulator. This game is a game about the never-ending problem of loading screens. We've all experienced it while playing games, while downloading something, while installing an operating system, etc. It's made by Cake Eater Games. It is free to play, and I have it as my bad because
You're putting a free-to-play game on your bad list?
I mean,
you got balls, Monica. Yeah, you got balls.
I'm putting it out there. I guess like you can enjoy the awfulness of it, but this game is purposefully bad, and that is why I put it on the list. I feel like everyone should go out and maybe attempt this purposefully bad game. The reason why I also put it on the list is because some of the reviews I was like cracking up by them. My favorite, which I know this is just like the obvious joke here, but this was a negative review, and the review just said the game didn't load.
What an asshole.
This is another negative review, and this person wrote a pretty serious review, but they were very upset. They said that they wasted 15 minutes of their life. I don't know what you really expected, dude, but wrote a negative review, wasted their time on a free-to-play loading simulator game.
Yeah.
And then these were some positive reviews that I really liked. Faster loading than GTA 5.
Yep.
Dumbest game I've ever played. Would play again. I loaded this before DayZ could get out of early access.
Is DayZ still in early access?
No, it's not in early access anymore, but the joke still stands.
Yeah, it's still fantastic.
Anyway, yeah, so that's my bad game for the week. Purposefully bad, but I think it fits into the category. What about you?
My bad for the week would be Warriors AllStars on the PS4. Is developed by Omega Force. I think Tecmo's publishing it. Another big hitter, $59.99 for this piece of shit. I was a massive fan of the Dynasty Warriors series when it first came out. I can remember being a young lad playing it for hours on end. It was a great concept. It was fresh. It was new. The characters were cool. I had just countless hours. And then I looked at Warriors All-Stars. I was like, oh, maybe I should like dip my feet back in and see what's going on in this world. Absolutely not. They have taken this wonderful idea and just buried it in their horrible Tecmo mashup that they're trying to like just sell units with. This takes like Tecmo characters from all over and puts them all into the Dynasty Warriors universe. Mm-hmm. And you would think, oh, maybe they like, update the way the characters look or, make them all kind of feel like they're in the same universe. No. These feel like they just took the models from their games that they were in and rigged them to the Dynasty Warriors set. In the conversations that go on, which is all dialogue, because why would you want to buy voice acting in 2017? Mm-hmm. In this dialogue, there will be a 2D character art talking to a 3D model in the dialogue system.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know if they think they're cute. You're not. You're not clever. Omega Force is completely ruining the Dynasty Warriors. What do you call these things? Series, I guess?
Yeah.
Franchise. And I don't know if they can recover this because I don't know if I'll ever trust them to buy another one of these games. It looks like I'm a bit of a weeboo. You know me. I enjoy a nice RPG. I enjoy some Japanese stuff. I can't. It crushed my little weeboo heart. There are furries in this game, like legitimate like characters with tails and fox ears who are human beings. I can't be part of it.
You hate furries?
With a passion.
Oh.
Like,
I think I like them.
I know you do. I've been holding my tongue this whole time because I didn't want to rain on your parade. You're a awkward individual.
Oh, well then. With that being said, we're gonna
I didn't mean to. You know what? That was collateral damage. I was throwing my hate.
You're very rude.
You got hit.
Very rude.
What? I was trying to apologize. You got hit with my hatred for Warriors AllStars. That wasn't.
It's okay. Yeah, collateral damage. We're going. So we've gone through the good. We've gone through the bad, and now we're going to go through the indie. And the indie game that I selected for this week is called Tiny Echo. I specifically chose this game because the art style and the music is like pure bliss, and I'm holding my fingers up right now like I'm an Italian chef, and I just made some really good pasta.
What the fuck?
But because the art and music in this game and just the idea behind it is so cool to me, and I really, I couldn't believe, for one, even the price tag, because the art style just looks expensive. It's a $7.99 price tag. It's made by Might and Delight.
It's a great name.
Explore this lovingly crafted world with all its odd inhabitants as you deliver messages to the spirits. Make your mark in this wordless narrative with a tiny echo. I kind of got goosebumps right now. Might and Delight invites you to the ethereal outer world of Tiny Echo and poses the question, what lives do the little spirits of the undergrowth live? Take a walk into a never-before-seen realm and explore a tranquil and mysterious world teeming with shades, trying to make it through another daily cycle. Uncover new locations and characters by solving puzzles in this lovingly crafted world as you play the role of Emmy, tasked with delivering messages to the spirits. Specifically, like I said, the art style on this is just so unique. I feel like, especially with the music, you know, it feels like you're almost playing through a child's book.
Okay.
And with the music, it feels like you are a kid. I watched gameplay of this and just was really, really impressed. For that price point, I think that this game's totally worth it. And that is, like, it was an easy selection for me for Tiny Echo to be the indie game for this week.
So is it just kind of like an explorer mechanic? Like, what are you kind of doing inside of the game?
Some puzzles,
okay.
Light puzzles. They said, I think they called it like meditation puzzles almost. Like, they're very peaceful. I forget the terminology that they used, but it's like a very peaceful experience. You're not getting, it's not like heavy challenges.
Sure.
But there are some puzzles involved, and really you're just moving around in this world to deliver messages to spirits.
Cool. I want to check that out now, dude.
I know.
How'd you find that? Were you just browsing Steam?
Yeah, I was just looking, and then I started looking up just gameplay and different reviews. I mean, this game is like, there's very little written about it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to have gotten a lot of traction, and it, like I said, it seems magical. Yeah. And I don't think I've used that term on this within 30 episodes. I don't think I've used that term once.
I'll check with the judges, but I'll let you have it right now.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I would definitely check it out. Awesome.
My indie for the week is the Metronomicon Slay the Dance Floor.
Yeah!
We had Danny. First off, this game is being released from Puba onto the PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. This is a DLC. You can pick it up for $19.99. I think if you have the game, you can just grab it and upload it or download it. One of the developers, Danny Garfield, was on the podcast 2 or 3 episodes. And he was talking to us about this game. He definitely got me pumped for it. I've been waiting for it to release. I never played just the original game. I was waiting for the DLC to come out. And I'm totally on board with this. This is going to be the game I'm playing my next chance that I can sit down and just game for a while. It's a RPG and rhythm game mashup. You can play it with a keyboard, or you can play it with like a Guitar Hero guitar or whatever you want. It mashes the two genres together in this very unique way. It just looks so fantastic. The music just sounds awesome. The music is like top notch. I don't know.
Shiny Toy Guns, I think it was Shiny Toy Guns that actually, when that game came out, their new song was, that's the first time anyone heard it, was through this game. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which I thought was cool, because I like Shiny Toy Guns. I liked some of their music in the past.
Yeah, the music in this game, I would probably jam to it outside of the game. You know, I would drive to work on it. So I think everyone should at least take a look at this game, if not just pick it up, because you don't get these kind of unique blending genre games too often. Everyone kind of like stays in their lane, and then people like Pooba come along and just drive right in the middle of the lane. And instead of getting mad at them, you just like, oh, this is kind of fantastic. So I'm definitely excited for that one. And that's going to be our good, the bad, and the indie for the week.
Yeah.
So let's move into our discussion topic for the week. We're going to be talking about something that's kind of popped up within the last 4 to 5 years, I think, maybe a little bit more recent. Arcade bars have slowly been creeping up around the country. So, Monica, what do you think about arcade bars?
I like them. I used to actually go to arcades when my family could afford the quarters. And I, as an adult, it's fun to be able to go. A lot of the arcade bars in the area that I'm at are free to play, which kind of takes the challenge out of them a little bit. But it is fun to be able to go and have that experience and not have to go to like Dave & Buster's. I would consider Dave & Buster's an arcade bar, so I don't feel like I feel like the small ones have been popping up within the past few years. But like overall, they've always been there in some sense. It's just they're becoming more popular now.
And like Dave & Buster's is more like a big arcade, and then there's a tiny little bar area where I think.
Yeah, but you can drink around it, I guess is what I'm saying. Like
in my head, like this new recent thing is it's an actual bar, and then there's just arcade games like, lining the wall and stuff. Like it's more bar than an arcade.
Yeah.
And the arcade is just there to have fun.
Yeah, yeah. And there are some really good ones out near me. And in general, I think that they are a fun environment. The only thing is, what I've noticed from going to them is they get packed.
Yes.
And I hate that. Like, I don't want to have to actually fight somebody to get to a game or wait in line to get to a game. And then they're just hot and sweaty and, and then your hands sweat and you're touching other people's hands sweat. And if you drink enough, you're not thinking about those things. I guess that's where the bar comes in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in general they're a great option. I mean, I've frequented them. I was at one like just a couple weekends ago or weeks ago, so for a little bit. So yeah, I like them.
I'm definitely a fan. I mean, I go to bars a lot, and why not just throw in like air hockey and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game at the same time to enjoy yourself too. So let's talk about 5 ways that you can pick up a second player at an arcade bar.
Oh God.
I'll kick this one off.
Wait.
What?
Have you ever been hit on at an arcade bar?
Me? No. My girlfriend won't even hit on me at an arcade bar.
I haven't either.
I don't know. Like when these started to become popular, it's when I've been in a relationship. So I've never been single perusing the arcade bars, but I've been at regular bars when I was single, and I think like these, I know what to do to kind of get people interested in you.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So now we're going to jump into some ways, our top 5 ways.
Yeah.
Which...
All right.
To pick up people in an arcade bar. But before we start this, I have to preface it with something. I have tried to help people pick up people in arcade bars, and my ideas are stupid. So even though this is a top 5 list, my ideas are bad. And
I think they're good.
I reached out to people that I thought may have good ideas, And it turns out that my friend's ideas are pretty bad too. So I'm not going to have a ton to offer here, even though I do have a few different options. And I want to say, like, I think I need to give the example, don't you think, Brian?
Go for it.
The time that I was out with my boyfriend at the time and a friend of mine, and my friend was single, and there are some cute chicks at these arcade bars, and it's like, oh, they're probably a little quirky, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just there just to get a quirky guy. I don't know what they're
fake quirky a lot of the times.
But they might be, maybe, I don't know. But I'm like, you know what, John, we're gonna get you a lady tonight.
Come on, John.
And I'm normally a pretty good wingman, but this time I was like, yeah, I got this, John. And John's a little bit of a weird guy. He's like awkward anyway. And I was just like, we got to find a girl that's cool with that. So I've got these plans. And he was like, all right, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And we just started getting really liquored up. I'm like, first you got to get drunk, because you're not going to be able to take my instruction without being plastered.
Key to any good wingman.
Yeah, he got really drunk, and he saw this girl walk in, and he was like, oh, she's pretty cute. And I was like, all right, we're ready to go. And he is plastered. I'm plastered.
Is John a good looking guy?
John's a pretty good looking guy. Yeah. And you know, my ex actually went up with him, because I thought it would be weird if we'll get there. So I tell John, I'm like, okay, you need to go with Sean, and you have to just approach her with Sean, and Sean's gonna help you. And he's like, how is Sean gonna help me? And I was just like, I don't know, but he's gonna go with you.
Sure.
And he's like, all right, so, and I'm like, and you just need to go in, and you need to flap your arms like you're a big bird. And he's like,
what?
Why do I need to do that? And I was like, well, just do it behind her.
Are you trying to get him laid or made fun of?
No, I'm trying to get him laid. I'm like, just do it behind her until she notices that you're doing that. And he's like, I don't think this is going to work. And I'm like,
have faith, John.
And Sean's like, it's definitely going to work. And he's like, I don't know. I feel like I haven't had enough alcohol. And I'm like, well, drinks here are expensive. I can't afford it anymore. So you're going. This is all you get. So John just is petrified now. And he's like, what do I do when she turns around? And I'm like, well, she's probably going to ask what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, what do I do? I'm like, you tell her you're swooping in for her heart.
I'm about to stop this fucking podcast right now. You did not tell your friend John to fucking do that.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
So John goes up behind this chick who's playing one of the games, and he starts.
Oh, John.
He starts like hesitantly flapping his arms. And Sean, who just doesn't give a fuck because he's there with me, is like flapping his arms like crazy, like just flapping them. And the girl turns around and she looks at John and she goes, what are you doing? And he just says, I don't know. And turns around and walks back to me. And I go, how did it go? And he said, we have to leave. I feel like such an idiot. And then we left.
Oh, John, you laid an egg, my friend. God damn it.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, man. So my ideas aren't very good. That was seriously the best. I was like, she'll think it's funny. She's going to think it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. That was the best idea I had. So that will go kind of in line.
So number one, swoop in and flap your arms.
Swoop in and flap your arms. Be as animated as the video games.
Oh, good Lord.
All right, Brian, lay us with one of your wisdoms. That's not even a thing you can say.
No,
Tell us
I'll
one
accept
of your
it.
wisdoms, Brian.
All right. I know a thing or two about being an alpha male. You know me.
Go.
I'm a pickup artist. I peacock. When you walk into an arcade bar, you have to find the Street Fighter machine because people are going to be rocking that shit. That's a classic. That's a standard. You have to go get on the Street Fighter machine and just utterly dominate. You have to establish dominance on that machine, and then all the hot babes in there are going to be looking at you and wanting you.
Okay, but what if you are not good at Street Fighter? Do you just assert dominance by like smashing the game?
Yeah, you have to find a way. This isn't going to be easy. You don't know how to play Street Fighter? Why are you trying to pick up girls? You got a lot more homework to do. What is wrong with people? I thought we were going in as gamers. My bad.
Well, I mean, everyone's going in there as a gamer, so it might not be that easy to dominate. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Maybe.
So if that's not working for you, maybe do you just button smash really, really, really fast so girls are like, oh.
All right. Yeah, I like where that's going. And like just on the top of like the button, just start like circular motions. You know what I mean? Like in between rounds, letting them know. Look at this. Look at this.
Or if you're looking for a fella, you know, you can be like more like sensual with like you might actually be losing left and right because you're not actually doing anything in the game, but you are using that like tiny little joystick.
Yeah. Very comfortable with it.
Very You know what you're
Make
doing.
it look like you're trying to start a fire with it. Like this is just how I play. This is just how I play games.
Oh my god. All right.
What's your next one?
All right. Well, after that story that I just told you, I don't really have good advice, obviously. So I actually called. I phoned a friend.
All right.
And asked him what would his recommendation be, and he said that it would be a good idea to drop a quarter into a girl's or guy's butt cheek and say, I'm ready to play with you. I think that could get you the cops called on you.
Yeah, you're ready to start a sexual assault with them.
But I guess if it works, it's really for sure gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know. You're a female. Do you like to have coins drop down your ass crack?
No, not on the regular. No, I think I would be pretty upset if that happened to me.
Not on the regular? You know, there's a time and a place?
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, this is the top 5 list. Like I preface this by saying, you know, maybe these ideas aren't the best. You know what? Screw it. All right, I'm taking that one off.
No, I would leave it there. That is fantastic.
Okay.
Right, if you want love, prepare to get locked up. You know, how committed are you to this?
That's true.
All right. My next one is there's always a game at the arcade there that I absolutely am in love with, and that's the Simpsons arcade game, the 4-player family barn burner. So my thing is, you can't walk in there and play Bart. You can't play Homer. You have to walk in there and melt some hearts, cut into a game, add some coins to everyone's thing so everyone can keep playing with you, and then you want to select Marge Simpson. You have to let these ladies know, or men I guess, that you're sensual. There's a soft side to you. You're not just a gamer who's there to smack people with like skateboards and stuff. You want to have babies. You want to have...
Oh.
You know?
You're playing... Yeah.
You want to nurture a family into this world, and you are Marge on the inside while being a strong, amazing gamer on the outside.
Well, what do you do though if the arcade bar that you're at is free to play? You can't put quarters in everyone's to show that like kind of like I am a caretaker, like you know. All
right.
So
let's bring
what's a supplement for that?
Let's bring the arcade table around. You know what I mean? Here, everybody. Here's a nice like Yinglings for the table. Some nice cocktails. Something nice.
Oh wow.
You're motherly, you know. And like it's just
a motherly Yingling. You just put little nipples on the bottom of it and say, here, everyone drink up.
And then are you looking for that girl who's playing Bart Simpson? Just tip her chin up a little bit and pour that beer in there. Just I'm a nice here you go. Here you go, Bart.
Jesus.
This will work, Monica.
Buy around and play Marge.
Yes.
Is what your recommendation is.
Yes,
okay. All
absolutely.
Right. So I guess like the last bit of advice here I have, it goes along with buying a drink, but it ends with, so I guess like offering something to someone is kind of a theme that's blending our fourth and fifth kind of together. But it would also be buy her a drink or him a drink, start your favorite motion of one of your video game characters. So like a Donkey Kong motion, a a Mario jump motion.
Okay.
And say, do you think you'll reach my highest score?
For the love of God. Oh.
Come on, just imagine that. Like a quick Mario jump. Do you think you'll reach my highest score? Like, who could turn that down? That's totally sexy.
Oh, I'm turned on just thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
Just beside myself.
Yeah.
No, you definitely, you want to bring alcohol. You're at a bar. You definitely want to, like, stock people up.
Yeah.
You're a gamer. Like, in games, you want to, like, stock up on potions and drink them a lot. You want to bring that to the bar atmosphere.
You know, I truly think that out of all of our ideas, the Marge one's the best, only because, for one, it is a multiplayer game. You could cut in and you could say, like, hey, I really want in on this game. I brought you guys a round of beer. Let's party. And then it's just like you're out. Like you're no longer, like, it seems a little aggressive to do that, but then you're playing the game. You're having fun. Like everyone's participating, and then you slowly get to know people, and then you ask. Like, after, like, a minute, you're like, so what do you guys, like, do you come here a lot or whatever? Like, I could totally see that working, Brian.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's the best one. That should be our top. We said our top 5. I think I kind of blew it with my story one because, for one, it didn't work. There's proof that it doesn't work. So I think we got to move forward to the top number 1 spot. But yeah, these are the best we can do. So the next time you guys are out at an arcade bar, you know, use our secrets here.
These are people pay good money for this stuff. We're giving it to you for free. This is like high level coursework, you know?
Yeah, for real.
And I think the swooping thing could work. I don't think John sold it. You have to go in there and sell the line if you're gonna stand behind her like an asshole.
You gotta fucking flap like you've never flapped before.
Do you think we're gonna pull this off at TwitchCon? Like, for real?
All right,
I'm making it happen.
I'll fucking flap my arms. I don't care.
I think you got it.
I mean, what do we do though? If we both pick, like, we can't pick people up when they're into it. We just like
shake their hand.
You just shake their hand.
Gotcha.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Pranked you.
Yeah.
Pranked you. Not actually interested. Peace.
Just have you run out of the bar at top speed.
Yeah. Well, that needs to be recorded.
Oh, this will be some high quality Nomads content from TwitchCon. We'll live stream it.
All right. Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed the top 5 ways to pick up people in bars. If you've ever successfully picked somebody up in an arcade bar, feel free to tweet at us at Backspace Nomads and let us know what your skill set was. We'd appreciate it. I'm sure this is a topic that will come up in future podcasts, and maybe we can share some of your ideas. So, and if you ever use any of ours, let us know. Please let us know.
I have faith in Marge Simpson. I have faith in that move.
Yeah. Let us know how it works out for you. And don't blame us if it doesn't.
Just blame Monica, not both of us, just her.
Okay, yeah, blame me.
All right, but dudes, that's episode 30 of Backspace Nomads. Again, you can find us on Twitter at Backspace Nomads and on our Patreon, patreon.com/Backspace Nomads. We'll see you next week for episode 31. Bye, everybody.